Hello everyone, this is Mustaq. I make 3D art and animation. Today in this video, I will be showing you how to create this 3D render of a rocket from start to finish. So let's open Blender. By the way, here I am using latest version of Blender. Now select everything and delete it and rename the collection to rocket. And after that, change the render engine from EV to cycles and device to GPU. Also, under color management, change look from none to very high contrast. After that, go to world properties and change the color to slightly between blue and purple and strength to 2. Now let's go ahead and add a new mesh, UV sphere, and change its segments to 16. And scale it up only on Z axis by hitting S and then Z. After that, add a subdivision modifier with levels set to 3. Now go to edit mode by hitting tab and select these bottom vertices and hit X to delete it. We just don't need them. After that, select these top vertices and turn on proportional editing and scale it down. Use your mouse roll wheel to increase or decrease the influence. Now select this only middle edge by holding Alt key and right mouse click on this edge and scale it up. After that, select this bottom edge and slightly scale it down. And extrude it a little bit and then add a loop cut. To add a loop cut, hit R on a numpad. Alright, now again select this bottom edge to extrude and scale it up. And then add 3 edge loops between them. Now go ahead, click on this icon to switch from vertex select mode to edge select mode. And then select these 3 edges and hit Ctrl plus B to bevel it. And to increase bevel segments, just scroll up your mouse wheel. After that, select all these mid edges and scale it inward. Make sure to turn off proportional editing before doing that. Alright, now I'm adding some more edge loops over in this area to harden the geometry. Okay, now I am adding one more small detail in this area. So just go ahead and select this edge loop and hit Ctrl plus B to bevel. Then I to insert. And then hit Alt plus E and choose faces along the normals to extrude it. Alright, we are almost done with the rocket model. Now let's add more details. So add a new mesh plane. And move it in this location. Now hit tab to go to edit mode and then select these 2 vertices and move them in this new location. After that, select these other 2 vertices and move it down and scale it down. Now add a edge loop and move it up like I'm doing. After that, select all the faces and extrude it a little bit only along the normals. And then add a subdivision modifier on top of that with levels set to 3. Now here I'm adding loop cut on the both the ends to harden the geometry. Then just select this edge loop and hit Ctrl plus B to bevel it, and then add one another loop cut in this area and again hit Ctrl plus B to harden the geometry. Make sure to shade smooth it. Now I'm just adding an extra detail. It's not necessary. You can skip it or just add another loop cut, bevel it and extrude it outward along the normals. After that, duplicate this and change pivot point to 3D cursor and rotate it along the z-axis to 90 degrees. Do the same for other two fins. After that, select this vertex and hit Shift plus S to apply cursor to selected and then add a new mesh cylinder. Now go to side view by hitting 3 on a numpad and then rotate it on a x-axis. And then I'm scaling it down and adjusting location and rotation. Now go to face select mode and select this inside face and delete it. After that, switch to edge mode and select this edge and hit Ctrl plus B to bevel and then select the face and hit I to insert and then E to extrude inward. Now here I am adding subdivision modifier to smooth it out and then adding some edge loops to harden the geometry. Now here I am adding some more details again. It's not necessary, just follow along with me or you can skip it also. Okay, here is our final rocket model. Now quickly create new collection and call it camera and lights. Then let's add a camera and just hit Ctrl plus Alt plus 0 to snap the camera to the view and change the camera type from perspective to orthographic. Also change the scale. After that, hit the N key to bring right side panel and go under a view and lock the camera. Now just hold down Shift plus middle mouse button to adjust the camera position. After that, create another new collection and call it background. And then add a new mesh plane. Rotate it facing the camera on an x-axis and scale it up big enough to cover the camera view and then move it on a back side. At this point, make sure to save your file. Now here we are using metaballs to create fire effect. To add a metaball, just hit Shift plus A and choose ball under metaball and then change its resolution to a lower number. And then here I am scaling and placing metaballs randomly to create a fire shift. After that, select all these metaballs and move into a new collection. And then click right mouse button to convert it to a mesh. Let's add some lights to our scene. So hit Shift plus A and go to light and choose area light. Now move it up, scale it big. Go to light properties, click on use nodes, then change its strength to around 500 and then see it in a render view and again move it up to get a good result. After that, change the pivot point to 3D cursor and then duplicate the same lights, scale it down and rotate and place it on a left side of the rocket. After that, duplicate it again and rotate it on a z-axis and reduce the strength to around 300 and then move it a little more on a left and change the color of both the lights. Now select the background and add a new material and just give it any color. After that, select the area light, duplicate it again and rotate it on a z-axis to place it on the right side. Now just change its color to purple and then again duplicate it and rotate it. Select the rocket mesh and add a new material to it. I am just calling it rocket underscore material 01. You can call whatever you want. Let's change the color to red and set metallic to 0.9 and clear code to 5. After that, just select this 4 mesh and apply the same color to it. You can simply do that by hitting Ctrl plus L and choosing link materials from the list. Again, select the rocket mesh and separate the bottom part. By hitting P and choose selection. Now remove the old material and create a new one. Then again change its color to dark gray and set the metallic to 0.9 and clear code to 5. Now here I am adding new material to this window mesh. Change its color to cyan and its metallic to 0.8 and clear code to higher number this time. So maybe around 10. Then after that hit plus icon to add a second material to it. In edit mode, select this middle face and assign the material which we just created. Again, add any color you want and change some properties. Go ahead, create second material for rocket mesh, name it and change its color to silver. And assign it to these faces. From top right corner, pull out another window just by holding left mouse click and dragging it to left and change it to shader editor. Delete the default principal BSDF and add a new one in the shader editor with a shift plus A, then search principal volume and then connect the volume node to volume of material output. Change the color, emission color and black body tint to bright yellow and set density to 3.9, anisotropy to negative zero point 0.6, and emission strength to 5.4, and the black body intensity to 1000. Then duplicate the same mesh and hit the new material icon to duplicate the same material and change its color to orange and some other attributes. After that, duplicate the same mesh and place it at some random positions. Repeat the same step again by duplicating the same mesh and material. Again, change the material color and its other attributes. After that, duplicate the same mesh and place it at some random positions. Remove the extra added window. Now let's create some smoke by again adding a metaball and change its resolution to a lower number. I am just fast forwarding this part. Here I am basically duplicating metaballs and scaling them and placing them at some random location to create this smoke kind of effect. Now select all metaballs that we just created and convert them to mesh. After that, use the same material and tweak some attributes. Okay, now here I am just experimenting with area lights, color and its size and location, also rotating the rocket a little bit on a z-axis and then changing the background color. Well, you don't have to achieve similar color pattern or render. You can just use any color you want. Maybe you can use different color for rocket, a background, or fire and smoke, and even area lights. It's up to you. Here we go. Our scene is ready to render. So just go to render and click render image. And make sure to save it. Also share your final render with me on Instagram and Twitter and tag me. I have also made available this project file to download on Patreon. So support me on Patreon too and instantly unlock more than 100 plus project files and also exclusive tutorials which I am planning to create once we hit the goal. Alright, that's it for this video. Make sure you subscribe for more and I will catch you in the next